What's up, fellow third world survivalist? I'm Aaron,
And I'm Jess.
and welcome once again to the Weebshit podcast.
Yay. This is the
I,
filler app. Because
I like
we
how
should say it now.
I like how unenthusiastic your yay is.
Yeah. I thought,
Yay! Another episode.
oh boy. Nah. But this is the filler app, I would say. Because we just done with our ultimate arc in the last one.
Yes, our you know, like it's all downhill from there. I guess I'm just playing.
that, that was our peak.
But uh, in this episode, we're just going to be talking about all the other shit that we probably couldn't talk about because
The
uh,
theme of the app we wanted.
yeah, episode themes and such. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess to start, and wow, is this an awkward introduction?
Incision.
I'm running on one brain cell at the moment, as usual. I
Me too.
guess. I don't know if it's at the moment or it's like I'm running on one brain cell as usual. So
It's fine. It's fine.
expect a lot of pauses from me, I guess.
It's cool. It's cool. But it's March 2021. Jesus, it's been 1 year
Oh
since
yeah,
lockdown. Can you imagine that?
it's hell right now. Actually, where I'm recording, which is in this laundry room right here,
Yeah,
I'm only cooled by this one old ass electric fan that's making a lot of noise right now, and it is
yeah,
like spitting out hot air. The
yeah.
opposite
We're
of
not
what I want right
exactly
now.
we're not the wealthy type of YouTubers at the moment.
Yeah, we are ghetto as fuck right now.
I'm leeching off AC. That's why I'm in there.
Yeah, I love the fact that you know air conditioners are just the norm here. We have there's not a house here that's there's rarely any house that doesn't have any air conditioning.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. If you live in a tropical country, because our seasons are it's either wet or cold or super hot.
Like in some countries there's like actually in most Western countries and in some in some Asian countries here they have like four seasons.
Oh
Meanwhile
yeah, I'm jealous of that.
ours is like incredibly rainy or extremely sunny.
Yeah. And the first time I heard about a heater, those heaters.
Yeah, I can't fathom having
Oh yeah, I
one.
couldn't. Oh yeah,
Like
right. I'm like, why would you have a heater? Though, it makes the place hot.
you
But
actually want your place hot? The fuck?
I guess if you they have winter seasons, because I think winter it gets below negative. It's I've experienced negative degrees. Those things are cold. And
Yeah, I can barely imagine, surviving in that kind of cold. My Filipino body can I don't think my Filipino body can handle
can
that
cope.
shit. I would just die. Meanwhile, an American or European's like pathetic.
What's that? No. If you live in Canada, you're screwed. I heard. In all of America, Canada's one of the coldest, has the coldest winters.
Jesus Christ! Thank God I'm not a Canadian.
Uh, I guess maybe when we move to Canada someday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of Filipinos have been moving to Canada lately, and they've been singing a lot of praises for it. I'm like, bruh, when you get back here, you're gonna end up, melting by the
true.
extreme heat here.
Yeah, as Southeast Asians, we're built different.
Yeah, it's so weird because I hear news that you know to a lot of people in the West, like even just 20, 30 degrees Celsius is it's like a killer for them. Meanwhile, it's like
Really,
it's pretty chilly here.
that's a cold for us.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
chilly.
chilly for us.
Jeez. What a wonderful day. It's pretty chilly. 28, 30 degrees is like
30 degrees.
it's
30 degrees. That's like jacket weather.
yeah, 30 degrees Celsius just to be clear. Yeah. I don't because it's kind of confusing. Because it's kind of some people would think, "Oh, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, well, shit, that's different
No,
entirely."
that's different entirely. But yeah. I want to experience it. Like I've always wanted to try experience like a winter season because my dad actually has experienced winter. Because
Yeah, same. I haven't actually been to other countries before. I haven't been outside of this country before. So I'm kind of looking forward to exploring, like experiencing other, seasons.
once quarantine ends in 2023. I'm kidding.
I don't want to sound like in 2030, right?
2030.
you know. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Of course, uh as much as we want to be try to be all positive, it's kind of yeah,
It's kind of shit.
it's kind of shit. The way
Uh,
the COVID response here is kind of shit, to be honest.
I love how
Yeah,
government's
I mean,
response is
I
the same response from last year.
yeah, it's kind of weird because apparently our lockdown measures are actually like ridiculous compared to the other responses.
I don't know.
Like,
I heard like ours is like the longest in the entire Southeast Asia. Like
and
ours has
the
been the longest.
most extreme, as far as I know, at
Yeah.
least. Like kids, apparently it's ridiculous to apparently in other countries they don't really ban kids from going out to restaurants. It's like a normal thing, I guess.
Mm.
And meanwhile, ours is like kids can't do anything really, can't go anywhere.
No fun for you kids.
No fun for you, kids. Stay inside.
Stay inside, kids.
One thing that worries me about it is, like, of course, not only the mental health, but physical, rotting physically. You know, having
Yeah.
them be cooped inside for so long, that's gonna fuck them up mentally and physically for sure.
Yeah, I heard like I genuinely think that's a thing. Like when you're stuck inside you get like stir crazy.
Definitely. That's why I've been actually biking for like lately. Like
No
I've been
wonder.
biking
Yeah,
more often than I did in 2019, 2018.
combined.
Yeah, that combined. Because you get cooped up for like hell, almost an entire year really. The only time I actually managed to get out is around September or October.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that was like, it's like in that one movie, the Cloverfield Lane, I guess, where
Oh
the
yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
when the chick managed to finally escape, she was like all
Uh,
paranoid and shit. She
yeah,
had
that's
like
me.
suit and she had like the suit and everything. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
That was me when I got
That
out.
was it. Oh, oh my God,
What happened? What
bro.
happened to this world?
But
You thought like,
I,
like cars are burning and stores are just fucking looted left and right.
there's like a giant the Cloverfield monster. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think like the worst thing about it is like traveling. I kind of missed it since everything's so restrictive now. Now we don't get to go out as much as we did.
Yeah, I remember
Kind of
2018, 2019. It was like go to the mall every 2 weeks or some shit.
yeah, but like family trips, like they
Yeah,
said, oh, that's
it's definitely
like
we actually did have a few family trips.
mm,
But it was like mostly to the hotel. That's it. Head to the Tagaytay, go to the hotel, enjoy the hotel. Maybe a few places, but not really because if there's a lot of people, we don't go there.
gonna go there. Yeah,
So
yeah, and then
it's it's just although it's really fun, honestly for me because I
you get
love
to go out.
programming, wi-
Mm,
looking at a different view. It's just
mm.
fun.
But
I'd
yeah, you
honestly
kind
like.
of
Oh, sorry. Go on.
no, you kind of miss like the option of where to go now, because like with the entire coronavirus thing, there's always gonna be like we can go to this place, but there's a risk, so we're not going there anymore. It's
Yeah,
like
you are always playing this. It's like you're
a
playing a
dice
weird
roll.
survival game. It's like, oh, what's the risk level of this area? Do you need to go there? Yeah, it's like
Yeah, so I
you better increase that luck stat.
hope to God you don't like go there and accidentally run into an entire crowd.
It's like that is definitely if life was an RPG game, the meta right now would be max luck, so you don't get infected.
Yeah, or hope to God the place you've always wanted to go to is like. Cause like I'm pretty sure like if you go there and like you suddenly find out there was some one person who was positive, you're like, oh fuck me, that's gonna destroy you.
Yeah, that is. You're just that's one thing you're gonna have, like the anxiety of whenever you head to a certain public place,
Oh
especially if
yeah,
it's
because
indoors. Honestly, I have no problem with outdoor public places
outdoors, yeah, yeah.
because fuck yeah, because someone sneezes, the wind's gonna blow it away, right? I could
But
be
like
wrong,
the
not
thing
a
that
medical
scares me
expert.
about yeah, but like the thing that scares me is like the idea of being asymptomatic. Like,
Yeah,
you're not really circumcised, but you're already carrying it.
that's the
And like, oh,
insidious
I just
part of
need
the virus.
something.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
uh you're infected but you don't know it.
yeah, or you're your own bomb, and you just don't know it. I think
Yeah,
that's
you're turns
terrifying.
out you're already infecting like everyone else that you're in contact with.
Mm.
But you're not coughing though. Or the common ways to infect people is not there. But I guess if they drink your cup, that's when you're fucked.
Yeah, it's not like you're kissing random people. Unless you start doing that, I think you're safe when you go to public places. Yeah,
So yeah.
I doubt anyone's that stupid.
So yeah, mostly the ones you're gonna worry about are definitely the the Coopers
Oh yeah, or the
and the
people who don't wear
sneezers.
masks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
the
assholes. Yeah.
non mask. I don't think we have those. Like every time I go out, a lot of I see practically everyone wearing a mask. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of sure that
I, I that's what I like. At least everyone just understands. Hey, wear a mask. you know,
wear masks. Yeah, not those copper masks. Those things don't work.
I gotta say, it's just hilarious. I'm gonna pull up a picture of it in the screen, just for you guys to see how ridiculous it
Yeah.
is. By the way, how ridiculous these things are designed.
Wait a
These
minute. What I
things.
think,
Okay. Sorry. go
yeah,
go on.
what I think I hate about it the most is like it's the people who advertise it. It's celebrities, or like I've seen like
That's the
the news
thing. It's
report,
all
right?
celebrities. Y-
It's all celebrities, and like
That or they're not
people,
a doctor specializing in the field of like of viruses. They're mostly
yeah,
like
and you,
dermas and shit, right?
mm, and like what do these people know? Like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
how can you be assured like the guy who only knows how to remove pimples, like knows how to prevent corona?
Yeah, that's way out of his pay grade, to be honest. But yeah, it's so weird because it's so overhyped. It's 350 pesos, right?
Oh, gee, yeah.
It's 350
Normal
pesos.
mass
It
is
could be
like
more. Actually, I think there are scalpers for this shit,
yeah,
and which is
yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like there's a hole in this mask. There's a fucking
On the
hole
bottom.
on the bottom of the mask. What? I think this is the part where people kind of forget why you wear a mask, right? It's not to protect people from you. It's not to protect you from people. It's to protect people from you. When you cough, that mask blocks it, easy. When you sneeze, blocks it.
Yeah, what I don't get is like, how do you sell this? Like, how did you sell this? What
And they sold it
what
based
is
on
the
the
idea
idea
behind
that
it?
copper kills germs, but they don't understand
Mm,
that copper works, yes, but how much copper you put into the mask matters a ton. I doubt
mm.
they actually put copper in this thing. Like
Because you can't. I'm pretty sure
it's
it's
only
dangerous.
copper in color. I think that's what I think about this mask, because when you look at the hole, you can see like threads. Like
Mm,
in a typical cloth mask, you see those nylon threads or some shit.
yeah, yeah. Oh
If
god.
you look at the hole, you can see like nylon threads there at the around the cut hole. So it's like, how much of this is actually copper, right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm pretty sure wasn't there a new release where they really covered it up
Yeah, they
and it's
finally
just
covered
literally
it
a
up.
map,
That's all they had to
and
do,
now it's
but
just a map.
that's all they had to do. But apparently, they gave each doctor that said, "Hey, maybe this thing is a little ridiculous." They gave each doctor who said that cease and desist letters, threatening them to court if they talk shit about this ridiculous looking mask. Which, if we
You
do
mean to
get
tell me
a
they're
letter,
not?
uh, wow, it's gonna be a sign that we are worth suing over. We are worth threatening.
I know, right?
That's for sure.
A couple of kids. I got a couple of dudes on the internet just talking about
Yes, I can't believe we're in our 20s, but apparently we're still kids. Yes.
it. I mean, if they're gonna sue us, like at least it's something worthy going down on. Like, yeah, we try to expose big copper math.
No, I guess to cover our backs, yes, this is just, criticism. Criticism, we mean nothing. We mean no malicious intent.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
we
actually going
don't
to cover our
we don't
ass
know.
legally, but it's out there.
I mean,
I am not a lawyer.
all in all, Aaron brought it up.
But there was a time where I was actually curious about, law because I was playing a lot of Ace Attorney. So it's
Mm,
like, wow, being a lawyer seems fun. So it's like when I was choosing a course in college, one of them was political
want to go into
science.
law for want to go into law for a video game because of a video game.
It looks fun. At least, at least the guy in Ace Attorney makes it look easy. That's for sure. I just
Yeah,
yell,
no.
objection! And then, it's like, and then roast him with my legal facts.
And no, if you like do it or in real life, you're just wondering, where's the prompt? Come on, where's the prompt?
You're just tapping the screen.
You're just tapping the table. Like, where is
All
it?
right, I gotta present the evidence. Then you have like you have like an inventory screen.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to like the traveling, like there's shit we missed. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of us have this, like funny like travel stories. Like you have some. Like I'm pretty sure like in your 22 years of existence, there's a there's bound to be a few funny ones.
What do you think I am? I'm a hermit.
You never like when you're out with your family, like funny shit happened to you when you were traveling.
No, I was mostly in the what? I'm mostly in the camp where why am I here? Just to suffer? Nah, I'm just playing.
You're just
But
on the side. You're just in the
one
side.
thing
You're
that
like,
I
oh,
do remember off the top of my head is there was this one
mm,
time. It was back in college, right? Where
mm,
we had this school trip, right? And
mm.
it was for this, uh it was for this
Science
tree
class.
planting activity. Yeah, it was this tree planting activity where we have to go to the provinces just to plant the damn tree and also do some other stuff along the way, like cave
Mm.
exploring, and it's gonna be fun. Cave exploring with friends, and I think I think there was also going to the windmills. Going to where the windmills are. I
Mm.
don't know what province it is exactly. I forgot the name. Could be San Juan. I don't know. Uh,
Mm.
but then there's this weird thing where we have to go there around 5 a.m. and 5 a.m. and nothing more, like 5 a.m. sharp. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
they're very strict.
now mind you, I have to go through a complicated sequence of transportation, like jeep, and then another jeep, and then tricycle, and then if any of them are unavailable, I am fucked because there's
Yeah,
just no
yeah,
way I'm
the
walking.
pains of yeah, that's the pain of like living in a like an out of state school,
Yeah,
going to an out of
jeepney,
state school.
and then ride another jeepney, and then hope to God there would be a tricycle at that early in the morning, and then hope to God there would be a jeepney that could, that would finish, that would get me to the school or
Yeah, yeah.
university, because school is, What are you, a kid? School? No, the adult term is uni. I'm just playing.
I'm
But
sorry, I'm fine, I'm fine.
yeah. So somehow, I managed to get through like two Jeep. I managed to get a Jeep like twice, miraculously.
Mm,
That early in the morning. It was like I was kind of racing against the clock. It was like 4 a.m. at that point. But
okay.
then it started getting like 5:15. I got there by like 5:15, 5:30, and it's like,
Ooh,
well, and then I saw the bus containing, like the bus with
your
with
friend.
all my blockmates in there, and
Yeah.
just passed me by, and I'm like, wasn't that my? Oh, I was so hyped. I
Right.
was so hyped for that. I was so hyped for that event. I had like snacks and shit. I had everything
Mhm.
in my backpack. And I'm like,
You're ready.
oh no. I just sat. I
You're so
just I just stood
excited.
there in the street as it passed me by. I'm like, I'm never gonna. I'm not gonna reach it. Damn it. And I just looked down, sad, with a tear in my eye.
And you ate your snacks.
And then I ate my snacks at the side of the street. Then I just said fuck it
That's
and just went home.
bad.
It's like, oh man.
Mm,
And then I just beg. I don't know. I just eventually they got me to the other batch, but this time it was filled with like first year students. I I was quiet the entire way. I was on my own world. It was lonely as fuck.
yeah, I
It was
kind of hate
fun,
when schools do
but it was
that.
lonely
Like,
as fuck.
yeah, I kind of hate like when they do that. Like, I'm pretty sure they didn't even bother like contacting you about it. Like, none of the teachers like, oh hey, maybe the student like, maybe he's like literally outside the gate.
The sad part was they tried to stall, but I was literally in the middle of the tricycle ride when they tried to stall the driver, but it was like, well, we can't wait for him any longer. We got a schedule to keep, and shit like that.
Yeah,
It was just sad, but at the very I was more kind of at that point I was mostly just, oh man, how am I gonna pass this class, because apparently
yeah.
part of the requirements to pass that class is to, uh do a
Go to
vlog
that
do a
skill test.
vlog of some
Oh,
sort about the trip. So I'm like, oh shit.
I don't remember us having to do that though.
Yeah,
We never had to do a vlog thing.
I mean, didn't you, I mean, we went to the same university, right? Didn't
Yeah,
you
yeah,
experience the same thing?
yeah. We had the tree planting thing, but we never did a vlog for it, as
Yeah,
far as I
that
remember.
was for my class actually. We did a vlog of sorts for it. Just record your trip. Take pictures, take videos, all fun and all that. It's very fun to do anyway. To record what I saw and all that. And
Okay.
I guess I got a little good at basic editing because of it. That's for sure.
Yeah. We
Cause
never did that. We never did vlog, which is kind of weird since I'd expect us to do that type of stuff.
yeah, well, it's so the tree planting was so weird, by the way, because every single one of the trees that were planted there was haphazardly like planted
Uh,
in there. One guy who was guiding us to the tree planting site like said like most of these are probably not gonna grow. Most of these are probably dead on arrival with the way they planted it. It's like they just plopped it in and just oh, I'm done.
I'm pretty sure it can handle its own.
So yeah, Philippine internet strikes again.
Yeah.
Philippine internet strikes again, and apparently we got cut off midway.
Yeah, it was talking about like they were talking about like how badly you planted some of the trees, or the trees were planted.
Yeah, the all the trees were just plopped in there. Not gonna lie, I was one of them.
Mm.
They didn't
We
give
didn't
us a
know what you're
shovel or
doing.
anything. They just gave us the plant.
Yeah, they didn't even tell us what we were
So
going to do. Like, how do you do this properly?
yeah, so I'm not gonna be surprised if, yeah, I agree with the guy who told us that, yeah, all of these trees are gonna die. None of these, like most of these trees, are probably not gonna be, growing to a full tree anytime soon.
Imagine like a kid asking, "Sir, Mister, is this gonna grow into a happy tree?" No.
No,
The
don't
way
get your
you
hopes up,
planted it,
kid.
no. The way you planted it, no.
Fucking half-ass as shit. It just plopped it in there. You almost got left by
Yeah.
the bus even.
Oh, really? Again?
Like that's the second time I'm gonna be left by the bus at this point. Like we were the
Jesus.
last batch, right? And then
Mm.
we saw the bus about to head out of the area, like dead
Oh,
set
fuck.
near the gate out of the area. We just had
You
to
didn't
bolt.
like make a head call? No
I
one
don't
made a like
know.
head.
I guess there were so many of us, they didn't give a shit. Or I was part of the I guess the additionals, the additional people that got left by
Mm.
their bus the day before, which is true.
Mm.
So I guess they didn't account for it. So we had to bolt. Hey, wait! Like
Jesus.
Peter Parker in the Spider-Man one
Oh yeah,
when
like,
he was
you
when
left
he
a
was
student.
when he was running for the bus.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta be just
That
like
was
that, and
us.
like if you left a student,
There were like
ah,
five of us actually. Hey!
you forgot some.
Uh, it's probably just some probably some freeloaders.
Probably just the wind.
Probably just to win. Yeah, just keeps on driving.
So yeah, school trips. I had a couple. Like I joined like the out of country. We went to like South Korea and Japan for the school trip. I went
Yes,
to them as
flex
well.
flex on flex on me with your with
So
your
everyone,
wonderful trips.
with my wonderful trips to like beautiful Asian countries. So everyone, during my time,
You just gotta drive
but
that
yeah,
nail.
it's just gonna hammer it and like, oh yeah, we went to South Korea.
Oh my god, it was so fun. You should have seen it.
I met so many South Koreans. The Koreans were fun. The North ones were like they were pretty
You're right.
depressing to be with. they were
Right.
they were they were.
Had a few
But
drinks
yeah,
with
I
him.
had a few drinks. Yeah, Kim Jong Un was an icon. I can see why Dennis Rodman would be friends with him.
Uh,
But I had a couple of funny experiences there when I was in South Korea. Uh, the first time I actually did get lost while we were on like one of the famous marketplaces.
oh damn. I mean,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
lost in a
that was
province is one thing. Like in a province of in your own country is one thing. That's
in,
easy shit. But in another country, it's
yeah,
like,
in
oh
another
shit,
country.
real shit.
That's I wasn't exactly terrified, like because during that time, we were in Myeongdong. It was like around 7 p.m. because they let us go. Like there, it was free time. After a long day, we had free time before we headed back to the hotel, and it was around 7 p.m. We went to Myeongdong,
Mm.
because it's like the famous marketplace in South Korea. So initially, I was with my friends. Like I was with my two friends, Gino from the last, you guys know from the last ep, and another friend of mine. And essentially, we were like we wanted to buy different things. So we can't exactly like coordinate because like I wanted to buy this and they wanted to buy
Yes.
something else. Yeah,
K-pop album.
no, no. So for me, I was actually buying like makeup souvenirs for my sister. So like I paired up with a couple of girl classmates who led me to like this pretty cheap, pretty good like store. So yeah, I bought it. I told them like, so yeah, I'm gonna find my friends, and then I wandered out, and that's when it hit me. Where am I? What place is this?
You're like that kid who lost his mother in the supermarket,
Yeah, I was like that,
like
and
that SpongeBob
I
meme.
legit was, yeah, yeah. I was legit wandering around Myeongdong for like 2 hours. Like I don't know where I was going. I just and while I was getting lost, like might as well like check out some of the other stores. So I just went in. So yeah, for a solid 2 hours, I don't know where I was. I don't know where I was going. I did not meet a single one of from the tour group because we were in this entire group. I didn't
Damn.
meet a single. like legit. I didn't miss a single one of them, so I was like getting paranoid. Uh, like I kept checking my watch just to see because we had to meet back up at around 9, and it was already like 8, very very late.
So
I was getting paranoid.
you were just walking around there, just looking for them for
Yeah,
like 10 minutes or
for two
something.
hours.
Two
No,
for
I
two
was gone
hours. You
for
were
2 hours.
lost for two. You were
Yeah,
lost for 2 hours.
for 2 hours. I was wandering around, and there was one time. There was even a moment like there was a McDonald's, and I was getting kind of hungry. But then when I walked in to see the menu, I realized I can't read shit. So I just walked back
I mean, you're you're Korea. Of course, the menu is gonna be in Korean.
in Korean. Like I didn't know. I'm pretty sure they had like those automated like
Yeah.
those touchscreen ones where you just like.
Oh,
But I wasn't
is
thinking
that
of.
like one of those in Japan or something?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if they had those in Korea at that time because I didn't really check. So when I walked into the McDonald's, I was looking at that. Well, I
Mukbang.
was kept.
Can you, for those who are not, who are not Korea boos, can you enlighten us what the mukbang is?
Oh, mukbang, like the famous, that entertaining YouTube as a recent trend from Korea, like where you just watch people eat.
That's it. Wait, so it's like an entire restaurant of that?
No, 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 no. It's it's this online trend. What mukbang are you asking?
Oh, okay. You were kind of talking about mukbang. I thought it was like a restaurant or some shit.
No, no, I wasn't talking about mukbang.
Ah, well,
What the hell?
like I said, I'm running on one brain cell right now.
So yeah, going back to my story of McDonald's. After that, I went to this. There was even like an underground stores where
Oh,
if you get off from like the subway, there's underground stores, and I was wandering there like because
what do they sell?
maybe I don't know, various of stuff like bags and shoes and like
Oh,
ornaments, typical marketplace stuff. So yeah, I was wandering there around. I'm pretty sure it was already late. It was almost 9 o'clock, and and by a stroke of luck, I saw Gino and my friend again. After 2 hours, they were just walking the opposite way. I was
you
like,
just shed tears in relief. Like, oh,
"Hey,
thank God.
thank God!" And turns out they also had been looking for me for 2 hours because they assumed like I went like across the street or something, and they were looking for me there.
Not gonna
And
lie,
like,
that
oh,
sounds
that
like a
was so
nice like anime episode or something.
yeah,
Getting lost
getting
in a
lost
foreign
in Korea.
country.
But yeah, but it was. I gotta admit, it was a bit nerve wracking because like you're lost in a foreign, you're lost in a foreign
Did your
country.
phone work?
I had my phone, but I had no signal.
Of
Literally,
course.
I had no signal, of course,
That's typical when you're, first time
in
traveling
another
to another
country.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
No
was pretty
data, no
assured.
signal.
Yeah, I was pretty assured. I was pretty assured. Like I was gonna be okay, but it was still nervous because like even though I had like money and my passport on me, you never know.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, it was after I
That's what's
reunited with my friends.
mm,
It was okay. We went back. We met up with the rest of the group and went back to the hotel.
yeah. Yeah, all's well ends well. And that's
Yeah,
what's
it was well
scary
ends
about, traveling like, you know, in other foreign countries. Not
foreign
like I
countries.
know, the only country I've ever been in is the Philippines.
I think one of the
But
most nerve-wracking
yeah.
part is like you're not sure of what customs to follow because you're not really acquainted to them
I mean,
because you're not sure what you're doing is not rude or like
they do give you some leeway because yeah, you're a tourist. So it's like a
we did
given to
not.
give you some leeway about it.
I did not. I had another experience. This is another thing me and Gino like to talk about because it's so funny. We got yelled at when we were like eating out.
Why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was I think the last day, and we were already heading to the airport, and we had to like stop over to eat somewhere before we went there, and
Yeah.
it was this like it was this like hot pot place. Hot pots.
Uh, what is it?
It's like
I
It's
think
like
I've seen it in
they're
anime, but I'm not really sure about
they're
it
kind of
IRL.
it's like a broth. They like they set up like a small pot where with boiling
Oh,
broth in the middle, and you can
is it
just
like
like
a
dip.
group thing where you eat it together?
It's a group thing where you eat it together. And me and
Ah,
Gino, and so me and my group, we went there. Uh, it was like it was already nighttime dinner, and me and Gino were like we were sat because like it was a long table, and we were sat like at the edge. We were at the very far back, so we had our own, which was
it
which
was
was
just you
like
guys.
which but like yeah, we were set up like each group like in each table there were two. So
Ah,
if you were 8 people on each table, it's 4 and 4 for one. And so me and Gina, we I don't know, some stroke of luck, we somehow got two by ourselves. We were just two at the edge by ourselves, so we had like the entire thing for ourselves. So yeah, it was pretty fun. So, but there was some like, but in their other pot, they're like, hey, there's something in there that I wanted. So I forgot what I did. Like, I'm not sure what I did to
did you
pass
just
the
grab
Korean.
someone's the thing off of someone's off of someone's bowl or something?
No, no, no. I asked them like, hey, can I? I'm not sure what I can't remember exactly what I did, but this I remember doing. This like there was something on their pot. Like, oh, we don't exactly have that in ours. Can I eat some of yours? And my friend was like, oh, sure. And when I got it, I
Ah,
went to eat. And like the Korean, I think she was like the restaurant owner came over and started yelling at me. Yeah,
you're not supposed to
because
do
I'm
that.
not sure. I'm not sure if I was not supposed to do that or like maybe it was rude. But she got started yelling at me and Gina. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I tried to communicate with her. I'm sorry. I don't know how you say sorry in Korean,
Sumimasen. Oh wait, that's Japanese.
Japanese. Oh, gumen. So yeah, that was another fun experience. Another funny one. This is probably my last one. Last funny Korea story. When me and Gino and my other friend were paranoid that we were gonna get caught jaywalking because we were jaywalking, which I'm pretty sure is not allowed because I'm pretty sure they're very strict about those kinds of stuff.
No shit. It's not allowed in everywhere, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, we were because like it was late night and we were
Right.
going to cross the street and literally there was no cars. There were no cars, and like we were just waiting by the stoplight, and it's so long.
Oh, let's
And I
just
just
let's just cross it. Fuck it. No one's gonna see.
It's just yeah, exactly. We thought that like, hey, no one's gonna see us. Fuck it, and we bolted in case we ran
Jesus.
across the street. And after that, we were talking like, don't stoplights usually have cameras or that kind of
Jesus.
stuff? And 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 it kind of hit me like, oh god,
And then it's gonna be in like the headlines next day. Three
three
foreigners, three foreigners caught
break
jaywalking.
three foreign boys break the treaty between Korea and the Philippines.
Oh
Like
God,
legit, I was scared. Like maybe
diplomatic
I was
ties
scared.
eradicated.
I was scared. Like maybe when we're boarding the airport, like we get stopped by like the police and like,
I
are you
don't
these
think we
three
didn't see you
boys?
jaywalking, boy.
So yeah, that was fun. Korea was definitely a fun trip.
Yeah.
The country is
I
cold
had
as
a similar fun trip. Just kidding.
fuck.
Oh, yeah, just
What?
wanting to one up your friend. So you just make shit up. Uh, we
Yeah,
went
we
to
actually went to
Disneyland.
North Korea.
Oh, you guys went to South Korea. Well, we
We
went
went.
to North Korea. I managed to,
Yeah.
hang out with Kim Jong
What
Un
else?
and his cute
What?
imoto.
Oh god. So yeah. Next is Japan. I don't have much funny stories about Japan because like uh me and my friends have accepted that like the trip to Japan was definitely underwhelming.
Oh, that sucks.
It's unfortunate. Yeah. Me and my friend. That's why me and Gino keep saying like, so we keep saying, yeah, Japan was felt like a wasted trip,
It
which
was
it sucks.
alright.
It was alright, but
Which
like
is probably the
compared
worst
to what,
thing you can ever say when I don't mean to like overhype or something, but it's like if you say that it's alright, that means basically yeah, it is a wasted trip indeed. You
it
didn't
was a
like
wasted trip.
maximize the enjoyment.
Yeah,
You weren't able to
exactly.
maximize the enjoyment.
That's
I mean,
I didn't manage to. That's like compared to Japan, compared to Korea, we had a lot more activities. We like visited a lot more places,
oh,
and we got to see a lot of the sight.
what
And
did you guys do in Japan?
when we were in Japan, we went to a lot of famous places. We went to Meiji Temple,
Oh, that's nice.
Asakura, and all those other places. But we were so strict. We were so limited because like uh, I'm not sure people are aware of this, but like public transportation in Japan is taken very seriously. So like buses, like especially like public buses,
Yeah.
uh, they don't allow drivers. They aren't allowed to like function past 7 p.m.
Ah, I see.
Because I think they believe like you can't overwork a driver because they might fall
That shit
asleep on the
causes,
wheel.
and I can agree. That shit could cause accidents if you overwork them so much.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, we were of course it was against the clock, so the schedule was really tight.
Oh yeah, so you kind of railroaded. Is that how it
Yeah,
is? You're kind of railroaded from
yeah,
you know scenery to scenery.
we were basically that. And I think one of the most disappointing parts, and it breaks my heart, as an otaku,
Yeah,
it breaks my heart. Akihabara, man, it still breaks my. We were allowed 2 hours in Akihabara. I'm like,
that's just
really?
criminal. That's just
That's
criminal.
criminal. It's a crime. I still remember because we actually had to ask for like because initially we were supposed to have lunch there, just lunch, because Akihabara was never in the schedule even.
But you guys were in the area.
We were exactly, dude. I could see the Sega building from where we were eating.
God damn,
Yeah, we
I
were.
want to see
So
that.
we had to. So we basically had to ask, hey, can we spend like a few extra hours here since this is Akihabara and I'm wearing my Evangelion shirt. Come on, connect the dots, lady.
Maria Boo's,
So
damn
yeah,
it!
so
Don't
yeah,
tease us like this.
the tour guide was nice enough to like, hey, since we can push back this part of the tour, sure you can have 2 hours, 2 hours in
Oh,
Akihabara. So yeah, it was fun. We went to a ton of figurine stores, but like we can't just buy all. We can't just buy everything since we're not really sure. Maybe we were kind of like, if I buy this and I find a better one later, it's gonna suck.
I mean, at this point, I don't think that mindset is out of the what
I,
as it's like in is I don't think the mindset is like the correct one if you have so
it's a
little
correct
time because
one.
the next time won't be like it would be years from now, right?
Yeah, true. Now that I think about it, we kind of wasted it. It's kind of our faults because luckily we managed to find like a secondhand figurine store, which is
There's
actually
that's a
pretty
thing.
great. Yeah, that's a thing, and the place is amazing. Like every single, even compared to the stuff they sell at cons, that place was a haven. Like, oh my god, legitimately all my favorite anime figurines were there. Like,
You don't have to pour salt in the wound. Yeah, I
Aaron,
know.
there
I
was
get it.
Bandori.
Con
Aaron,
figurines are
they
shit.
sold Bandori fig. Aaron, they sold Bandori figurines there.
What a nice kick in the teeth. You have to rub it in.
So yeah, so yeah. Wait, that was kind of like the most depressing part. Like after those 2 hours, we bought what we needed, and we had to actually rush back to the bus. That was another memorable part. We were really running through Akihabara trying to get to the bus.
Oh man, that's like something
So,
you would make like a rom com movie out of.
oh yeah, definitely. Especially no, it's kind of one of those like young adult novels,
Yeah,
but like
definitely.
a slice of life type. Like there's somehow always a trip, and then so yeah. How about you? You got another? Because I got another one. I wanted to. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about this yet, but like you have your own.
Look, most of my memorable trips are in video games. Like,
Come
bro,
on, like you never
Night
had.
City. Oh, beautiful. If you don't look at it too long. Yeah, but when it comes to most of the trips are like, yeah, those were great, but nothing too interesting. That's for sure.
So so
It's
it was
nothing
like
like haha
pretty
funny,
standard,
very memorable. No, it's like, oh wow, those were great. The sights were
normal.
nice. I managed to snap a few pictures. All right, glad I'm home.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wanted to have those, but you know, I had those, but this is probably my worst one. 'Cause,
Oh damn,
even to
shoot.
this day, I still. So, this was around 2017, because or 2017, 2016, because I was like second year college at that time, and so me and my family decided to go to like Ilocos Norte, uh, in the north for like a week.
Oh damn.
We wanted to go there during Holy Week, so
Yeah,
we went to Baguio.
it's like a week. Yeah, it's like an entire week of nothing to do
Yeah,
and nothing to
during Holy
watch.
nothing to watch. But yeah, we decided to go to like Ilocos Norte for like a week, land trip. It was fun. And after we spent like 2 days in Baguio before we headed up north. And this, so when we were heading to Ilocos Norte, we actually had before we headed to the hotel, we actually had to stop over at this small eatery because it was lunchtime. And we had it was a normal meal, but like we ordered a beef steak and I ate it. And when I was eating, like this kind of tastes funny.
Jeez, I don't like where it is going.
Yeah, yeah. So when I was eating, I'm like, it kind of tastes funny. And I told my dad, like, he tried it and like, yeah, he didn't like it either, so he didn't actually.
Mmm,
But at that time, I only
mysterious
eaten
meat.
like so. After like paying and eating, after we ate, we left. We were already at the hotel. By the time we reached the hotel, I wasn't already feeling good. Like when I got there, I threw up. I was throwing up.
Oh my god, it was an assassination attempt.
So yeah, by the time we went to the hotel, I was already throwing up, which was bad. Which should have been like the first indication, like, yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Jesus,
Because
what
like
the
after
hell was
that, I was feeling
that?
a bit fine. So
What
after I
the hell
threw up,
did you eat?
I think it was legitimately the beefsteak that tasted funny. Because like after I threw up, I was feeling fine for a few hours. We went swimming, and
But then you
I
felt like
managed
throwing
to.
up again.
No, no, it was like so when we went to sleep, I woke up at like 2 a.m. I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. So I went to the
Ugh.
bathroom and I took a shit. I'm like, oh,
And then there was
maybe after.
blood.
Nah, nah. So after I took a shit, like basically I had to lay there because I still wasn't feeling so good. So I was laying there for like 4 or 5 hours just scrolling on my phone. I was feeling a little bit fine. Like my stomach was still weird, but like I felt like since I already like yeah, deposited, I was okay. Like, oh, that's fine. I'm gonna be fine now. That was my first mistake.
Famous last words.
Famous last word. So after that, after the overnight at the hotel, we were already about to head home since my dad decided like he wants to head straight home. We're just gonna stop over all the landmarks on the way, since Ilocos Norte is like it's a very touristy region. it has a lot of landmarks and stuff.
Yeah.
So we decided to go with that.
Mm.
Since we're heading home. So, but the thing is, I was already feeling bad on the way home. Like my stomach was really, really aching, and I'm like, but like it came and went for me, the pain. So I thought, oh, maybe for the rest of the trip, I'm gonna be fine. So we stopped over at this really old church my parents wanted to go to. And when we were there, I immediately looked for a bathroom. I couldn't even go inside. I was so busy looking for a bathroom. And so after that, we went to a vegan.
Vegan.
And
Where
so
the
when we
vegans
were
are.
there, yeah, it's like this preserved community of like of, of Spanish during the Spanish colonization. It was this preserve, and it was a very beautiful place. The thing I looked for was the bathroom again because I got with the
Oh my
niche,
god.
and so I did. I actually had to walk into a random store and ask them, "Hey, do you have a bathroom I can use?" Because I couldn't find like a normal public bathroom, and I was already so I went in there. At least the people there were nice. They were like, "Oh, we have one in the back," so they were nice. I went, and for the rest of the trip, and so for the rest of our vegan stay, I was feeling okay again.
Oh, it's like a, like a flip flop.
Flip flop, it's flip flop.
Yeah.
But but little did I know, when we were already driving we were heading to the expressway. I had to. It went again. For this time, it was permanent. The pain was permanent.
Oh. Oh shit.
So when my dad went to get gas, I went out and went straight to the bathroom. And like, oh, it was. And when I tried to flush it, I tried to flush it, and then it got clogged and it started filling up. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh, oh my god. You
Oh my
destroyed the
god,
toilet.
the toilet.
You
I closed
destroyed
it
the
and like
toilet.
by the time I went out, my dad was already where the ghost was. They already paid for the gas and like go go. And my dad
Go,
was
go,
asking, what do you do? What do you do? Like, oh, their bathroom's fucked. I'm sorry. Just
The
go, just
gas
go.
station attendant is like, oh shit.
Oh,
Opens
and
the
so
bathroom. It's like, oh shit.
bathroom. Oh shit, it's shit.
Oh
And
my
like,
god.
and that proceeded to be one of the worst nights of my life during the entire drive from the expressway heading to Manila. Cause every single bathroom, every single like stopover, I had to go. Like
Oh,
dad pull
did
over,
you ever like?
yeah, really.
Oh my! Did you ever get to did you ever get to a doctor for that?
No, because after that, like when we went home and like I slept, and when I woke up the next day, I was feeling fine. After that, I went home, I went to bed, and when I woke up, I felt fine.
Like the rest of the like the rest of like the rest of the week, right?
The rest of the week, I was feeling fine. It was just during that time when I was in the locals, like the day before and during that, I was like possibly. That was like to this day, I still remember it because like it was possibly one of the worst trips home. It was one of the worst trips
It's
in my life.
He was just there to fuck your day over.
Yeah, yeah, it
It's
was. But like
That's like
after that,
worse than that's like a fate worse than that. Just have your trip ruined by just the
the constant need to
insatiable
shit.
amount of the insatiable urge to shit.
Yeah, but after that, I became more careful. Like the minute I taste something funny in my food, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Because I was stupid when I ate it. I'm like, maybe it's just me. And so I ate like the whole thing. I'm like, oh,
And this kind of tastes a little poisonous, but it's pretty good though. Just keeps
it's
eating it.
pretty good. Just keeps eating. So yeah, that was. I learned my
Jeez.
lesson after that.
I mean, my entire Baguio trip was kind of like that. It was the New Year's, but then the entire
Oh yeah.
second day I was just fucked up
Oh
out of
really? Is that
nowhere.
when? Yeah,
I,
you were sick.
yeah, out of nowhere, I was just I was dizzy and I projectile vomited like
Oh
I
Jesus.
was about to like, oh man, I felt like there's this I just woke up one night and then just went to the
Mm.
bathroom, but then it was just like bruh.
Oh Jesus.
Before I got to the toilet, by the way. So it was like there was like
Mm.
puke everywhere in the bathroom, and then I was like, I just half asleep, kind of cleaned it up the best I could. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man, this is not how this was not how I imagined my New Year's trip to Baguio would be.
fun trip, mom.
Then I was like sick the entire day. I could barely like we went to this. I don't know if it was called Benham Rice or something. But we went to this park with
Hmm.
the very amazing view, and I was just dizzy all around.
Oh, Burnham Park. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. We went there too. And you
It's
were
just
sick.
dizzy all around. It's like, oh
Uh,
man, that was. But then the third day I was okay. So it's like, huh.
mm,
I mean, that was the time. The second day was the time when New Year's Eve 2020 came around.
mm.
So like, I think the year was telling me something.
I
I think the
kind
year
of
was
hate that.
telling me
Like
something.
getting, it's gotta be like the worst thing. You're sick during a trip because
Yeah,
like
definitely.
you don't.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
because
how it
like
happened, but I think that my
mm,
body just wasn't adjusted to the new environment. I don't know.
yeah, maybe because Baguio is super cold and maybe you
It was just super elevated
won't.
too. I guess that's why.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like getting sick on a trip, that's like the worst thing.
Mm.
I hate it when that happens. It's like you're trying, like you're supposed to enjoy the thing, but like you're so like, I feel so hot. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
You're
I've
supposed to
experienced
have
that.
fun, but then it's like, your
Mm,
body's like, boy, let me fuck up your
fuck
day.
you. I've had experience. I had that experience actually when we. This is gonna sound like a flex, but like when we went to Studio Ghibli in Japan.
Good thing you got sick. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
But yeah, I remember like I don't even remember what happened. Like why I got sick. Like the whole trip, the whole time, the entire museum tour, I just felt dizzy.
Oh man, is
Like
it? I mean, how did they? How did you? How did you get in there? And I mean, were you in some movie? Is it like in one of those theme parks where they put you in a ride and then they just show you a lot of these
oh
things, or
no,
we're just
I'm not
walking?
sure. Maybe I was walking. Maybe it was the architecture because like if you ever been in Studio Ghibli or ever went on the Ghibli tour, the architecture of the place is very very different. I felt some of the floors were a bit uneven.
Ah, I see.
So maybe it's because of that. Uh, Me and Gino actually we were both sick because because I couldn't like walk properly. Like I keep having to lean against the wall because like my head hurts.
Yeah, I guess it's your
I,
eyes kind of being, kind of, it feeling inconsistent with the environment.
yeah, yeah, probably that, or maybe I was just like experiencing some like weird form of vertigo. It's like the place was like some of was so big and like there were so many things and then like it just made me dizzy.
Yeah. Well, I know now what to avoid if I ever, take a trip to Japan, I guess.
Go there. Yeah, but yeah, Studio Ghibli was very beautiful. Too bad you can't take pictures inside the museum because like
Damn it.
I think that's it can't because like that was like that place is like also their animation studio, so they don't want
Ah,
like
I see.
leaks
No,
to
yeah,
come
no
in.
wonder. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we we even got to watch like an unreleased Ghibli short film,
Holy shit, that's
which was
amazing.
also very amazing.
That's great. Oh.
Yeah, they don't release it because like at least that was I think it's exclusive to the tour itself. Like
Ah,
it's with the ticket you buy. You get free access to like their
shit.
unreleased
Now I
movie.
want
I'm
to
like,
go there.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah,
Despite the risk of, of vomiting.
right.
Yeah, but actually that's
Yeah, it was
one of
worth
my,
it, but yeah.
like I guess if I were to, like have a list of countries I want to go to, it's definitely Japan's probably in there. It's probably in the top
Yeah,
five, along with the U.S.
definitely. Oh,
Honestly, I just want to check it out. See their
see
humongous
what's up.
burgers. I want to try one of those. Maybe a
Oh
fried
yeah,
butter.
sure. Same. I
It's
always
like,
wanted to
oh
try like
yeah, cholesterol.
because they keep telling me like how big American sized portion food is. I'm like, I want to see how big it is. Like,
Yeah,
is it really big?
apparently their large Coke is, you know, our large Coke looks like a freaking small compared to those.
Jesus.
So I'm like, I gotta check that shit out, and uh, check out the, especially shit like New York or California. Check out the cityscapes, because honestly,
Hmm.
our cityscapes is kind of like haphazardly put together. Now, I want to see like a city with some semblance of planning, right? And I think that's basically NYC, and to some
Yeah,
extent
yeah,
other cities in the US.
yeah.
So it's like, because
Yeah,
you
I
see
guess that.
that, yeah,
I guess
it's
that's
like a
the.
grid,
I guess.
right? When you notice
Mm,
like the cities, it's like a neatly formed grid.
mm,
And meanwhile, our city is like, it's like, let's just put it in
kind of
there. All
mess.
right, so it's a mess. Yeah, it's like the streets go everywhere all at once. It's often incomprehensible.
Yeah, I guess so. I actually wanted to like go to US too. Like maybe like tour there like for a couple weeks. Cause
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
you just so I can experience it. Like, oh, this is like just what life is like over here.
Thanks. I hate it. Time to go back.
But thanks. This place is terrible. Bye.
uh,
An ambulance ride costs more than an Uber. Bye.
yeah, I heard that people prefer just getting an Uber to the hospital than actually getting an
Oh
ambulance.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I've actually
ugh.
read a story. Like I recently read the story. Like he was having she was having cancer
Yeah,
and like she was throwing up and like instead of like calling for an ambulance, she had her like husband drive her to the hospital. And like wow, that's telling
yeah. That's telling
how
how bad it is financially to get sick.
yeah. I mean the healthcare system itself, like Jesus, is it that bad?
I mean, here as well, right? I mean, it's just financially lethal to get sick.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why my mom always said, you know, in Tagalog, she says, "And mahirap maging mahirap." It's tough being poor here.
It is. It is.
It is. Because like, especially now with like a lot of the prices are like skyrocketing because like there's a lot of like pork. Like there's a shortage of pork, and
Yeah. For some reason, it's prices are skyrocketing for a kilo of pork.
yeah. Because I heard you know they're like forced because there's like a price ceiling now that you can't sell pork over this limit, and they're saying like it's unreasonable because they can't make a profit if they sell pork at that price. So
I mean, I heard it was like middleman after middleman after middleman before it gets to the vendor.
mm,
It's probably why they wanna, they don't agree with the ceiling.
yeah, probably that. But yeah, it kind of hits you like yeah, there no place is perfect to live in.
I mean, yeah, but you know, I get that a lot of people, right, in this country want to leave. It's like the moment they could, professionally work, they want to go somewhere, fuck off to another country and never come back, and and just stay there for good. But I'm like, yeah, okay, the Philippines might be, a shithole, right? And in some cases, yeah, it is. But
It is.
there's goodness here, okay? There's a lot of good stuff. You just gotta see past the flaws. You just gotta see past the rough shit, right?
Mm.
It's like
But I guess for
the people are
some,
great. the food is fucking amazing.
Eh,
Of course, like if I go to another country, I'm gonna end up missing a lot of food here. That's for sure.
true,
Like fucking
true. But
quecks, man. They just don't make them. They just don't make them the same in other places. and
it's
then
just quick hit differently.
and the fact that instead of parks we have malls. That's the weird part. But in a way, uh, you know, there's some fun in there. It's like you're living in. It's like you're in a weird cyberpunk dystopia where instead
Yeah,
of parks you have like corporate malls. It's like wow.
yeah. The malls with the arcades that they just closed down.
Yeah, that's yeah. I not gonna lie, I miss arcades now. This is like the only place I could actually play some classic, like '90s arcade games, like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah, I forgot we still have them. Tekken 1. I know.
Yeah, we have
Tekken 3.
Tekken. Yeah, Tekken 3. We have Tekken 3 that's working, and you could actually play with someone for that. And we have like, Power Stone. I'm not sure if you know that. That's
Nope.
like a four-player beat 'em up.
Mm,
And it's really fun. And there's like four controllers that you and your friends can play. It's just really fun to fun to play. Uh, and and I'm kind of worried actually with COVID because a lot of these arcades are gonna get fucked. That's for sure.
they already are because they've been closed down. Like parlors and like theaters have been closed down. So
Definitely.
a lot of industries are taking a hit. So yeah,
Okay, that's it. Okay, only positive only positive
positive,
vibes for
positive.
now. Getting kind of depressing there, bro.
Yeah. Think of something positive. Come on, come
I
on.
can't think of anything. Ah.
Can't think. All I
Yeah.
know is the sad stuff.
Honestly, yeah. That's what I kind of disagree that people, oh, this country's so terrible. It's like, no. It still has its pros just like anywhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Have
Like,
you
and no country's perfect. So
definitely.
yeah,
But I guess people think like, but it's much the cons in other places are much better than here. I guess you could make a argument about that one. I guess.
true. Because like I have a cousin who lives in Norway, and like
Yeah,
she has a way better life being a nurse there than she has here. So it's stuff like that that I guess draws people to work outside of the country.
I like how we have this thing called in the Philippines. We have this thing called an OFW, or an overseas Filipino worker.
Yeah,
And
as a kid,
yeah,
oh, as a kid, I thought OFW means official foreign worker.
you're not wrong. It
I wasn't
could be.
wrong.
It's not a
Yeah, it
wrong.
could be.
It's not a wrong. It's not a wrong answer. Gotta say, it's
It
like
wasn't wrong, but
point
like,
five, point 0.5 points for that.
no, I wasn't wrong, but like, I assume that's what we call everyone. Like, that's just not exclusive to Filipinos. And turns out I was wrong.
Uh,
So like that, yeah, official foreign worker. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's official.
it's official, and he's foreign, and he's
And he
foreign,
worked.
and he works.
Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Going. What were you saying?
uh, and I like honestly, I'm just baffled by the culture. By how people react when you're an OFW. I'm personally, I'm not
Oh
an
yeah,
OFW. Of course, I work in the country.
yeah.
So
I mean,
there's like if you're an OFW, people your family, or hell your like other family members expect you to give
be rich
shit
as
to
hell
them. They
or be
expect you to
rich
be
as hell.
overly generous and give them Rolexes and iPhones and God knows what. And
Yeah.
the foods that are exclusive in the country you're working in, and you're gonna have to give them all these extravagant things in each time you go back, or you send them
Mm.
these balikbayan boxes, or to put it simply, it's just the boxes of stuff you provide, you give to your family for them to enjoy and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's the thing. Like, since OFWs have, there's some level of success that they find because, like, compared to the wages they get from other countries compared to here, maybe that's why. You know,
Yeah.
so people assume they're the richest man alive when they come back. Like,
Oh,
they're
you
not
want to provide
millionaires.
for your family? Oh, but you're such a selfish jerk.
What do you mean you only went out to provide for yourself and your family? How about me?
How about my
You're
needs?
rich.
I'm like your sister-in-law. How about my needs?
Yeah, you went to my wedding. Like,
I
it's
went.
stuff
I
like
took
that.
the time to go to your wedding. I deserve X. I deserve an iPhone X.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. I guess there is like this culture surrounding like being on OFW here, because for some reason they don't exactly glorify, but they like, you can tell like they look up to like OFWs because they make a lot of money
Yeah, we have this.
compared to.
We have this uh narrative really that OFWs are glorious heroes. You know, mostly because of the remittance. The extra funds that it's our life.
Did they
It's apparently
provide?
our country's lifeblood. Apparently,
Mm,
it's
yeah,
apparently our country one of our country's main sources of revenue. OFWs,
yeah.
which is not gonna lie, and it's not the best source of revenue if you rely on people going out of the country instead
Leaving.
of in, right?
Yeah, and people glorify it so much without realizing. Yeah, you have no idea how much OFWs are taxed.
Yeah, it's like 15% of our globe 15% of our country's like income comes from OFWs, I think. Not sure how
From
accurate
taxes.
those numbers are, but 15%, holy shit, that is nothing to that's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, and but but you kind of get it. Like, since my dad is an OFW, like we've faced that narrative that, oh, now your family's rich.
So, did you ever have like, relatives coming in and asking for, for stuff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, because especially now since my dad's a seaman, he works on a boat, and being working on a boat in a foreign country is like a very big deal here too,
Yeah, it
because
is.
they make a lot of money if you're like an officer on a boat. And since my dad started working, we're fun. I would say we're financially comfortable compared to before.
But I
But it doesn't stop like the relatives. That's possibly the worst part about it.
Oh, you're working in America?
Oh,
Pengen
give
naman
them
ng
one.
pasulubong oh.
Yeah, we've had that, and my mom is usually the one who takes like the full brunt of it because it's usually from her side of the family.
Oh my god.
Because it's usually from her side of the family. She usually takes the brunt of the criticism, like, oh, she can't exactly, I can't exactly give you this amount of money because I got my kids to raise, and she's been called the usual stuff now.
Like
You're being
selfish and
mayabang,
all that.
mayabang, porket mayaman na mayabang, diba?
And I
Like
hate that
stuff like
I
that.
hate this one other thing that they say. It's like wala kang utang na loob.
Oh, it's
I don't know how
possibly
that goes in English, but
you have no, you don't feel like you're
a sense
indebted.
of
I
gratitude.
think
I think that's it.
no. I think it feels like you don't feel a sense of like indentment. Like, you don't feel. It's hard to translate what utang na loob means, but basically you don't feel indebted because someone did you a favor, and now you have to pay it back.
It's like, and this is the common case when it comes to Filipino parents. It's like I put you in this world. You owe me.
For what? It was your decision.
It's like
You
I
can
didn't ask
answer
to
back with
exist.
that.
What the hell? Now I have to give like 50% for the rest of my life. I have to give 50% of my income. It's like
yeah. That's the thing too. Like utang na loob, I guess it's, it's a double edged sword because like at the same time it means like you have that sense of you have that sense like you're a good person because like you feel like you have to help them out because they helped you out. But at the
Yeah,
same
I
time, it's the
mean,
thing that holds you back.
yeah, it is the like the double-edged sword that is the Filipino centered, the family centeredness. Sorry, the family
Mm,
centeredness
mm,
of Philippine culture.
definitely. And, once you get hit by the wala kang utang na loob, you're like, I don't care. That's the thing I've always wanted to say when someone says wala kang utang na loob. And I'm like, yeah,
Lol,
I
okay,
don't.
like that's a Tama
Because,
meme. Okay.
okay. That's like, that's the thing, man. My mom even said like utang na loob is like what held my dad back from like becoming an OFW the first time.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. I'm glad that he managed to get
Yeah.
past
Because
that.
yeah, it did when we were in grade when we were about to enter high school. He managed to become an OFW, and he managed to push through. He actually managed to pursue his degree, and he's doing we're doing fine now. But yeah,
Because
utang na loob.
yeah, because that is the shit that could prevent you from reaching, like the point,
Doing what you really
from
want.
pursuing your own happiness. It's like you're gonna end up
Mm.
just, just hating yourself at the, years from now if you keep doing that. If you just become shackled with, the utang na loob.
That's why I never tried to like force that on someone. Like if I did something for them, I always tell them nothing in return. I don't really care because I never want to put someone in that position. Like I don't want someone to feel like they owe me something, and
Yeah,
I'm just doing this like,
definitely.
oh, I want to do this because yeah. So good boy points. That's some good boy points.
So I was watching like, you know, the the latest episode of and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I was watching the latest episode of Trash Taste, and they were like,
Oh, I have not
trying
watched
out
the latest
convenience
one.
store foods.
Oh, I have not tried that.
Huh?
I haven't watched that one yet.
I realized, wow, we have like this like a similar like collection of convenience stores. We have a Lawson's, we have a Family Mart, and we have a 7-Eleven. But then all of them are pretty much
Seven
inferior
Eleven.
compared to other. All of them are pretty much inferior compared to other countries in most cases.
Yeah. Right, 7-Elevens. It's pretty popular in a lot of
God,
places.
it's like the equivalent of like gas station hot dog.
Oh yeah,
It's like
but like
you might get sick, but it's good. But don't be surprised if you end up just shitting water
yeah.
for like a few
But
days.
like when you see like Japan, like the what they serve in 7-Eleven Japan, I'm like, what the hell?
It's
Those look
honestly something I
good,
want to see for myself. That is
right?
for sure. Like people hype it up. It's like, oh wow, I could live off of Japanese, convenience store food. But will you really?
I'm pretty sure you can. Like I watched like a vlogger of mine, like he tried out all of the different food items they have in 7-Eleven. They're actually pretty good. They're very diverse and like compared to here, I would say I would definitely want to try and live off Japanese 7-Eleven food.
Uh, Look, let's give it credit though. I mean, most of the convenience stores here are, pretty much catered to, every menu is like tailored to, the typical Filipino anyway. But,
Yeah, I guess
honestly
that's
though, mini stop kariman, like the
oh
good shit.
no man, mini stop fried chicken.
Oh,
That's the god. I
god,
don't know
fucking
what the
god
hell.
tier shit, man.
I don't know what the hell kind of demon like mini stop sold its soul to. The fuck, what kind of miracle they pulled? But their chicken is like it's one of the best fried chickens here.
The only problem I
No
have with it is
joke.
that it has something bitter to it. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, it's a lot more salty compared to the others. Yeah, it's a lot saltier.
Yeah, as someone who loves salty food, it's like when
Even that's too much.
no, actually, there's nothing too much in my case. It's like Yeah, if you put too much salt in it, yeah, that's probably too much. But like my threshold for what's too salty is will probably kill me. Actually, not gonna lie, it will probably
The
kill
thing
me
that's gonna be
someday.
too salty. No, no, no. I'm pretty sure like the thing that's too salty for you is literal salt.
Not even that, man. Not gonna lie, I find salt like delicious. I don't know why, but salt itself is delicious for me. I mean, it's not something I'd eat like a handful of, but it's like I would eat like bits of it, and it's like, wow, it's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good seasoning. It's a good season.
I had a weird childhood, man. I used to eat like
Hmm.
seasoning.
What the fuck?
I used to eat seasoning. There's this thing called the magic syrup. Magic syrup.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot of kids do that here.
it's like
That's a thing.
granulated MSG,
Mm,
and I ate an entire sachet of that shit.
Jesus, I
It was good.
that,
It was like salty, but the good kind of salty.
Jesus, ain't that like packed with like a hell lot of salt or like
It is.
it's
But
right,
at
like
the time, I was like, "Oh man, this is so good." When I first tasted, "Oh man, this is so good. I want more of it." I was like 8 or 9 at that time. I didn't know any better.
yeah, it's one of those stupid kid things they did. I never got into like doing any because like I've heard like people like eat raw Milo as a kid. I'm like, what? People do that?
What the fuck? Raw Milo is fucking delicious.
I never
It's
did
not
that.
weird.
Like I never. Yeah, it's weird. Come on, man. You're eating raw Milo. Like at
Yeah,
least pour water on.
it's basically malted chocolate. It's it's just it's basically a dessert on its own.
I never saw the appeal of it. Maybe because I grew up drinking or like having it as a drink. I never thought of it as like something I'd eat
You're a
raw.
sheeple. You're a sheeple.
I, I'm
Y-
sheeple. I'm like every kid I talk to ever has ever done that. I'm not sheeple. I'm a normal kid.
Yeah. You got you don't have the creativity to know that yeah, maybe, just maybe, you can turn it into a Nutella substitute. And that's what I did actually when I was like when I was like in my teens. I would basically put
Jesus.
the Milo and then just put it on bread and put it in
What
bread.
the fuck?
And then that would be like, chocolate bread for me.
Jesus. Really?
Wait, wait. You talk like that's a weird thing. It's fucking delicious though. You should try it.
Yeah, the only weird thing
Milo
people tell me
sandwich.
about my no, no, no. I think the weirdest thing I ever did on Milo, and people pointed it out as I grew up, because like Milo, I used to like pour on my rice.
Okay, what the fuck?
No, legit. Like after I brew, like after Milo, I had it on the cup. I like take a spoonful and like pour it over my rice
So
and
it's
eat
like
it.
a weird champorado ish.
It's like weird
Not
champorado.
really.
Yeah. It's go like that. And people like every time I try that, like when I'm with cousins or like I'm eating somewhere else,
They just give
people
you a
always
weird
give me
look.
weird looks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it was good because like it's because of my mom. When I was a baby, like that's the one of the things she used to feed me. So I got kind of used to it, I guess, as I grew up.
Yeah. I even
I mean,
like
nowadays, mm,
to this day, no joke. I still like eat
mm,
an entire sachet of Milo. Like, oh shit, no
Jesus,
dessert. Oh well, we got
why
Milo
the
here. And it's like, and then I was just down the entire sachet.
why? And like after a hard day's work, like you rip open a Milo sachet and just empty it back.
It's good though, especially because that thing hardens over time. That's fucking annoying because it
Mm,
becomes hard candy if you don't
yeah,
like
it does.
consume it immediately. But
Mm,
when it's in the sachet form, it's like nice hard candy. It's fucking delicious.
mm,
Like try just storing it like for months. It's try storing the sachet, the Milo sachet for like months, and then you'll see that it hardens eventually. And then that's the perfect
mm.
time to just chow down and just chew on it. It's like malt
Oh,
candy.
it's been a month. Free candy.
It was just
Remember,
sitting there and wasn't being eaten. It wasn't being drank by anyone. I'm sorry, you were saying?
I remember like Ovaltine. And that was another Milo, like a Milo. I wouldn't say
Ah,
clone, but
yeah. But I remember it
Yeah,
having this weird aftertaste though.
yeah. No, I remember the candy it had. You
Yeah,
remember Ovaltine candy?
Ovaltinis. Yeah,
Yes, I love
it's
those
still around
things.
actually.
But Oval is it? But Ovaltine
Yeah, it
itself is
is.
not. I don't see it anymore. Ovaltine?
I'm not sure today, but I remember like years ago when I was in college. It was in basically in every 7-Eleven.
I just remember Ovaltines. Those things I still remember being around when the Ovaltine, but I don't remember ever seeing Ovaltine at like a grocery store anymore. And when I pass by, like all I see are Milos. I'm like, oh, I guess Ovaltine got phased out.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was like a competitor of some sort.
Yeah, yeah. But like Milo, I would still say Milo's superior because it's Milo. It's great.
I mean, I only had like Ovaltine like a few times in my life, so I can't really like say like, oh wow, you know, oh Milo is definitely better.
Yeah. I mean, I only had like Ovaltine when I only had like other chocolate drinks when I'm not at home. Like when when I eat breakfast somewhere else and they don't have Milo, they have this like weird Milo substitute like Ovaltine. I'm like, oh, okay. That's
Okay,
possibly the only times like hmm?
no, no, go on. The visualizer was a little weird for a second there.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that was possibly one of the only few times I've had anything besides Milo. But yeah, nowadays I don't even drink Milo anymore because like it's
I
so
mean,
sugary.
it's sugar. It's not sugary. It is sugar, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And like when I like when I try to look back at it, like this thing had so much sugar on it. Like I had to stop. Literally, I was told to stop, and I did. 'Cause, I was putting too much sugar in my body,
Yeah.
and
They say that it's kind of catered. It's kind of marketed as a sports drink.
yeah,
It's
it
like,
is.
oh, you
When
get
in
like an
actual,
energy. You get to
and
beat the energy
I still
gap.
remember energy cup with
It's
James.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
All you're
they used
doing is
to
giving the
market
kids like sugar rush.
more sugar. Exactly. You're just amping them up with more and more sugar.
Yeah,
So
you're
yeah,
beating
when
the
I
energy
wisen
gap,
up, I'm like, yeah,
but you ain't beating diabetes.
yeah, you're beating the energy gap, but you're not beating like you're not lowering your blood sugar level.
uh,
And but, once you wisen up, I'm like, yeah, no. Now I drink coffee.
I didn't reach that point where I wisened up. I mean,
Really,
I still drink Milo from time to time, but with a twist. I want to. Lately, I've been wanting to make this like mocha kind of coffee
dalog na.
and mocha,
Okay.
mocha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's coffee mixed with chocolate, of course. So of course the chocolate would be Milo, and I would just use instant coffee for the coffee part. And so far, it's good. Attaining the balance between the coffee and the Milo is important though, because otherwise they become overwhelming. So I'm trying to kind of like test how the balance would work. And so far, yeah, it's pretty good. I would
Yeah,
put ice
yeah.
on that
Or
shit. It's like, oh, comfy nights ahead.
yeah, because for me, like ever since I started like dieting or like taking exercising seriously, I've basically had to cut out a lot of food that I used to eat. So I don't
Imagine
exactly.
actually dieting. Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, that dieting never works. By the way, I'm kidding.
uh, yes, yes. We
But yeah,
the Weebshit podcast endorses healthy eating.
yeah, but yeah, diet when you can. Come on, guys. Like, there's no excuse to be fat. I'm kidding.
Gasp! You're fat shaming. You
Yeah, then that's
prepare to get
something we should start
canceled,
doing.
Jess.
But I'm not saying I'm like somehow more wiser now, but definitely like I managed to like look back on the things I used to like the things I used to eat, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Uh,
It's like now I eat in in moderation. Like I don't eat out as much as I used to, and
wait, what?
I don't
Wait, how?
definitely.
What?
Hmm?
What were you eating before before you went on a diet?
Hmm?
What were you eating before you wised up? Anyway,
No, I had we used to like eat rice for dinner. It was like
as usual
I'm
with
just like I'm eating
every Filipino family.
yeah but I'm eating like 3 rice meals a day. Nowadays I usually eat rice once a day.
Do you get like
Hmm?
uh like 2 servings of rice?
Yeah, I do that when I
Yeah.
eat rice. But like back then, like when we were still eating dinner,
Yeah.
because we had like rice meals for dinner, and I still and every time I look back, like oh my god, I was eating rice like 3 times a day. I was like, ugh,
Uh, and then suddenly you're like, well, no, mother, I will not be having rice tonight.
no,
I am
no
on a
rice for me.
diet.
But yeah, it was my family. You know, oh, thankfully, no, we adapted to like a new lifestyle. Now we don't eat any rice for dinner.
Ah, the entire family's on it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's just wholesome.
yeah. But it definitely had an impact now because now that I'm eating a lot less because even now I don't even eat snacks anymore. Ever
Okay,
so rarely would I eat.
damn. Okay, that's some commitment right there.
Yeah, I would only eat some like when I'm starving or like, but I don't eat it like for leisure now. Like back then, I used to like, oh, it's like 9 a.m. Like, oh, I want to eat something. But now, like, yeah, I don't feel the need to eat something.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to dieting, counting calories, it's like that's unnecessary stress. I want to simplify my life, so I'm not gonna do that. But instead, I'm just going to be reducing the amount of rice I eat and all that, and just so instead of so I would reduce the amount of rice I intake because my
Hmm,
brothers are crazy. It's like holy fucking shit. It's like 5 fucking scoops and 5 scoops of that shit, and then they would have more.
Jesus.
Like, God
Oh my
damn,
God.
these people are animals.
What? Oh, damn. What they feeding you? What the hell did they feed
and
you?
I'm really surprised with my friends back in college because they would have like
Mhm.
five cups of that shit. They would have like 5 cups of
Jesus.
rice whenever we eat lunch, right? So we would have sisig, and they would have like
Mhm.
they would have like 5 cups, but they would have like like this meager amount of sisig. Yet
Mhm.
they would have like 3 rice, and that thing would not eat, would be like halfway done. that that sisig would be halfway done, and they have already blew through like 3 cups. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that?
What the hell are you eating?
Fucking animals.
What the hell? Yeah, but
Fucking
even back
animals.
then, my limit was like 2 cups. Like, oh, 2 cups, and like, yeah, I'm good. I can't imagine people eating like a lot more. Like, you're gonna feel so fat after that.
Yeah, I'm like 1 cup. No, I'm good. Hell, not even 1 cup. I'm like half cup. Like, oh, perfectly adequate. But I look at some other folks like 3 cups, bruh. That's not even half of my capacity.
Yeah, yeah, I can't believe there are people like that. But this is a rice country, so I guess
Yeah, honestly, I
I
can't
got
fathom.
accustomed to it.
Right, I can't fathom like eating like non-rice meals every day.
Hmm.
I mean, I mean that's what I guess that's what you get for for like you know for being in a country that has like rice in almost everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like breakfast, lunch, dinner, even dessert. It's like rice. So it's like when you go to other countries that doesn't have it as their primary diet, it's like, wait, we're having pizza for dinner?
What?
What the fuck?
Excuse. If you're having chicken, why don't you have rice?
Wait, you're having steak? Where's the rice?
Yeah, I guess because that's why, like, if you look at like a majority of like Filipino food, like a lot of them are very saucy.
Oh, I never noticed that has anything to do
Hey,
with our diet. I thought it was just
I
saucy
guess
for the
it
sake of
does.
it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're not gonna like pair menudo with like tinapa or something or like bread because that's why it's a lot of our diets are like so saucy. So
I never noticed that actually, but yeah, is it because to accommodate the rice?
yeah, it is. I think it is because like I'm pretty sure if you like grew up in a country like its main exclusive is rice, you'd have more recipes to accommodate to like accommodate it. Like us in like Japan, Korea, and a lot of Southeast Asian countries. You know, a lot of us eat rice.
You know, you ever like look at Filipino dishes and think like, wow, that's fucking weird. Like the
I never
things
did.
people do to Filipino dishes, like say champorado. For those who don't know, champorado is basically chocolate rice porridge. Is that
Mm.
is that correct?
Yeah, in some
Fact check me
vein.
on that. But yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
basically
champorado.
rice and then cocoa and then boom, there you go, and then add milk.
And
But then people put
add
dilis in
condensed milk.
there, and I'm like,
What?
what? People put dried
Dried fish?
fish. People put dried salted fish in the champurrado. I'm like,
What
why?
the hell? I don't know
Why?
that.
Fucking hell.
That's weird, man.
But I guess
You
you
people are
know
crazy.
lately I've been lately I just watched through Food Wars, so I'm kind of enlightened. You know,
You now know the true meaning of like the
I'm enlightened
flavor
now.
and the
I'm more knowledgeable about culinary. About the culinary field. You know, I guess I guess I'm somewhat of a chef myself.
yeah. Yeah, the guy who used to the guy who down raw Milo packets is a
Me after
culinary
watching Food
genius.
Wars. Well, I guess I'm a bit of a chef myself.
Oh, you're making like like what's a dish? A ratatouille? Well, you could add
You should add this and this. Maybe add some bullshit
depend
chef magic ingredient.
depends on what's the theme and what specialty your enemy is making. And the chef's like, what? What the
Yeah.
fuck am I catching?
It's honestly, I breezed through like the entire 4 seasons. It's like it was just
Now
eternal
you're like,
hype.
and now you're just like every time you cook, like
This isn't good enough.
putting pancit, you put egg on like pancit canton now, like oh
Ah,
something so mawud.
bon appetit. Feel like a gourmet chef right there. Just put eggs on the pancit canton and then just mix that shit.
And like when you fry hot dogs,
You
and
may
they're
now
like, oh,
orgasm as
this,
you eat my food now.
yeah, have this, pre-made hot dogs. You try to act like that, but you still like cook
Hot
like canned
dog
foods and stuff.
omelette. Hell yeah. 10 out of 10 gourmet. You may now orgasm. But yeah, going back to Champurrado, I can understand why, in some weird way, why people do that. It's like, I guess it kind of equalizes the sweetness, right? It kind
Yeah,
of just
maybe
gives
people,
it a bite.
maybe they just wanna maximize it. They wanna maximize its use.
I'm
Like
like,
if you pair this with,
the point of it is it's a dessert. It's a breakfast, right? It's supposed
yeah,
to be sweet. Why are you
yeah, but
doing
like
this?
maybe they did want like they want to maximize its use. Like maybe it can be paired with other things to make it more.
Yeah, but it's still pretty fucking weird to be honest.
Yeah, it still is, but
Like people who put sisig in sisig, right? People who put mayonnaise in their sisig,
yeah, maybe.
the sanctity of the sisig is ruined. Ah!
Well, I don't eat seasick, so I wouldn't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've seen those things. Those things are greasy as hell.
That's the point, okay? It's so good. It's worth reducing years from your lifespan.
I mean, even like I managed to eat pork belly again for like after an entire year, and now like pork disgusts me. Like, every time I eat, like I hate this. I guess that's the thing. Like once I got used to something, when I try to go back to
You're
it,
lucky
like
we don't have
this
like,
ain't the same.
like cams right now. So you wouldn't see my look of disgust.
Oh yeah,
This
but yeah,
man's this man.
but pork for me nowadays, like it has an aftertaste I can't get rid of anymore.
Is it
Like
like
every time I eat it,
I think you talked about it at one point, but and I think I asked the same question, so I'm not really sure. But I guess it is it like did it, did the aftertaste like surface? Like, did you manage to sense it after your operation?
yes, no, I managed to
Fudge.
send it like since I stopped for first few months, and like when I went back to it, like there's definitely a taste now. I guess the taste was always there, but like after you're so used to not tasting it anymore, and when you go back to it, it's more evident than before.
Damn. I guess that's a nice experiment. I guess like try to stay off of pork and then go back again.
Go back again. I still eat it. I still think it's good, but like I'm not into it like I used to. Because back then I used to like my lunch used to be like fried pork. I used to fry it, and especially the fatty pieces, the fats, and like, oh my god, those were good. But like now I
You're
won't
missing
eat it.
out though. To be honest, I mean, yeah, I get it. There's an aftertaste, and you can't ignore it anymore. But you know, as someone who's like fucking carnivore, it's
Carnivore
like
as
pork
hell,
is
but
like fucking amazing.
yeah, it is.
Pork
It is,
sisig
but
is will always be like in my heart, literally and
yeah,
figuratively.
yeah, it's the thing that's gonna kill your heart.
Yeah, but it's worth it though. I mean, my entire college was like all day, every day sisig. Hey, let's go
I mean,
trying out all sorts of
I mean,
sisig, like tuna, chicken
even
sisig, and then pork. Oh, sorry, move on. Oh,
even when I was in college, like I never really did try sisig then.
man, you're missing
I
out. We really gotta go
yeah.
and try it out. We really gotta try it out at some point.
Hmm.
Like, even
Yeah,
you don't
maybe we
have to
should.
go with pork. I get that it has an aftertaste for you, but there's like tuna sisig, like chicken sisig. There's so much for everyone. There's even like tofu sisig, which is fucking amazing as well. I thought it would be like, terrible because tofu tends to have this aftertaste, but no, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, tofu is actually pretty good. And I've grown. I've since have a deeper appreciation for tofu, and I will sufficiently say I'm liking it more than I do pork.
Uh,
So
I mean, it is like a substitute. It's marketed as a substitute. But
yeah, it's a meat substitute, but yeah,
not
I kind of
really.
like
Not really. I mean, at least in my opinion, it just doesn't capture the intensity of meat. You know.
yeah, I guess so. But it depends on the person. Like for me now, personally, I'm liking it more than
Plus, soy makes
normal.
you a femboy. Do you want to be a femboy?
Fuck yeah! You treat you ask me that like it's a bad thing. It's me you're talking to.
Uh, and then
Uh, so
and then work for femboy hooters.
fanboy viewers. So yeah,
So do you have any, like weird shit people do to Filipino dishes?
hmm. I personally never did. Maybe I've witnessed like they don't use meat, but I've never had like specifically weird dishes. Like I've had like seafood curry my dad made, which is like, which is what's really good. But like I got so used to chicken, like it just tasted, it just felt weird, but it's still good. That's possibly the weirdest thing I've experienced with Filipino food like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I love it when people kind of experiment with food.
Mm.
Not gonna lie, like, do some, additional stuff to Filipino dishes. That's like fucking amazing. Because my neighbors, I had a friend whose dad always does that. You know, he would
Mm.
add additional stuff to stuff like menudo. He would add like additional ingredients to it, make it taste like,
Mm.
like amplify its taste and all that.
Yeah, that's great. Like menudo is like one of the weirdest dishes. Like it's pork and there's like potatoes, carrots, but then it has hot dogs and like liver.
Yeah, that is something. Uh, Personally, I'm not a big fan of it myself. It's not like, it's not like in my top 10 list of like if it's served to me, I'd immediately go for it. It's like, all right. It's in like my meh list. That's for sure. But yeah, it is stew with a twist. That is for sure. It's,
So with it, but
Filipinos
it's good.
love fucking out love fucking with hot dogs. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Put it on
I'm not,
everything we could.
I mean, we had hot dog helmet.
Yeah, it's like
You
I
know,
can't imagine spaghetti without hot dogs, man.
oh yeah, definitely same.
Like I go to
Like this
Italy,
is
and then it's like, why is this?
what is,
Where's the hot dog?
and you get slapped by the chef.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, that's the thing. I've had like genuine Italian dishes. They're so different because like their
why
pasta is
why is the
is
spaghetti
so.
sour?
What is this? What is this? There is no hot dog in this.
Just beats you with a rolling pin.
Yeah, but Italian pasta is a lot more sour. It's like
Yeah, it is.
it's more tomato
I
based.
noticed. I've eaten a few, like spaghetti that tries to capture that Italian. It's either tasteless or a little sour.
Yeah. So in the end, hot dog, ground beef and hot dog, the perfect pairing.
I couldn't imagine a better, like Filipino spaghetti. Oh, top tier, hands
Top tier,
down.
especially if you had it like during birthday parties. The typical birthday,
Yeah,
the
I'd
birthday feast.
immediately
Like
just zero in to the spaghetti, and then the
yeah,
chicken
it's the
that's
spaghetti,
next to it, and then the
the
spring
chicken. Yeah.
rolls.
Oh yeah, they had spring rolls. And did you ever had those like the barbecue stick like a hot dog and marshmallow?
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
that's just fucking amazing. Honestly,
that was great. Yeah,
it
I love those.
reminds me of childhood. Of my entire childhood. Really, every party I go
Yeah.
to, it's like a staple, right? They put like
Oh,
marshmallows on top of it. It's like, man, very nice.
and it depends if they have ice cream. The families is a tad richer when they have like an ice cream cart with
Oh
manong,
yeah, you
with
know,
manong.
like
And
like
go there
holy
as many
shit,
times.
I get to choose. There's multiple flavors. The fuck,
I can go more than once. Oh,
man, man, he's so rich. Man, his family's so
manong,
rich.
manong, you out of pocket. Come on, put
Uh,
more. Yeah, God,
yeah. I
I
remember
miss.
in like birthday parties, you know,
Mm.
and then you're like, in that one game where where they dangle prizes to you, and you have
Oh
to
yeah,
go
those
and grab it.
things. Jump and grab, and they
Yeah,
usually lower it. Yeah, we used to
yeah,
play those.
yeah. I used to like, I would before the event starts, I would like immediately look at the thing, the thing
Mm.
they hang the prizes
After
on the
like
prize
zero
with,
win.
and then
Yeah,
I
you're
would
so
just
you're
say,
zero and
okay,
then what?
this is what I want, this is what I want, and then when the
Uh,
moment the event starts, I just zero in on that and only that.
and immediately, yeah, and
And then
you always get it.
yeah, I would go in the offensive sometimes and to just accidentally push a kid because I was so focused on the of that one thing. I remember accidentally pushing back a kid and it just got blasted back.
I mean,
Life's a competition,
if
kid.
it's a,
Life's a competition.
I'm sorry, kid. Those are like stickers of my favorite wrestlers because I remember that too. Like I grabbed it. That was like my favorite thing I ever won on those things. Like a
Uh,
sticker book of all my favorite wrestlers.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good prize. Yeah, especially
Yeah, it is.
especially when you're a kid. It's like, wow, all these pretty
How
pictures.
about, yeah, how about like those piñatas, like from like clay jars
I
that
never
they
had a
blindfold you
pinata. I
with?
never experienced, hitting a pinata or anything.
Yeah, how about those clay jar ones? Like I'm
Oh
pretty
man,
sure
I wish
you
I
had them.
wish there was one of those, but you know, I'm a city boy. I guess we never had clay jars.
I mean, I had those when I was growing up. Like I went to a few parties. The funniest one I still remember because what the funniest one I still remember because like the kid literally, but the guy participating on it, like he passed by the jar and people kept screaming at him, turn back. And when he raised it, they actually hit a kid.
What the fuck?
Because I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if his ears were like plugged or he wasn't actually listening to them. But my God, he was raising it and I could see the kid, like it was younger than me. Like he was about to cry. But he raised it and he hit him with the
He was about to get hit. He was about to get hit hard.
Yeah, the kid was already about to cry at that point. Like,
Did he stop in
the
time?
guy just no, he hit the kid.
What the fuck?
He hit the kid in the arm. It was like the
Wait,
funniest
that's
thing.
not a pinata.
It made me
Wait, why is
realize.
the pinata
Poor
crying?
kid.
Did I hit it?
Did I should hit it again. But yeah, that was more memorable because it was like the funniest thing I ever saw in a birthday party.
What the fuck? Wait, why is the pinata crying?
Uh, why is it so soft? Do I have to hit it? Yeah.
Yay! I hit it.
And you removed it as like a bleeding kid.
The
Uh,
but that's
so what's my price?
what the fuck. Uh,
Uh,
so yeah. So you got any more to talk about?
mm, yeah, I'm fresh. I mean, we talked a lot. The topics these days, like Jesus, we jumped around.
Yeah. this is well. This was just just an episode to talk a lot of talk a lot of shit and all that. Well,
Yeah, filler app.
I would say filler, but regardless.
I got
So I guess that's it for the latest episode of the Weebshit podcast. Thank you for watching, and do remember
Bye.
do remember to to like and subscribe if you want. The
Hit the
I
notification bell,
hit the
guys.
bell button, smash that like button, and
Let's get to
murder that
1 million.
subscribe button.
Let's get to 1 million subscribers.
Let's get to 10 let's get to 20 subs. I don't like saying that, honestly. It's like
Yeah. That's all. That's so
and
like
then there's this
out.
other thing, like 50% of you aren't subscribed. I looked at my statistics and I saw that 50% of you are not subscribed. So hit
I
the
like Pewds.
yeah.
I like Pewds' approach on it. Like, look at graph. Thank you for watching.
Look at the
Look at graph.
yeah. I mean,
He basically
people
just
aren't
did that.
dumbasses. They can see the graph. Just show it to them.
That was the first time an outro ever made me laugh. Like Pewds just straight up said, "Yeah." But when that video ended, like, look at graph. Thanks for watching. And he just
Uh,
so yeah. Look at graph, guys. I'm kidding.
yeah, but we're also on Facebook and we finally have a Twitter, so do follow us there. It'll be linked in the description below. And we're also on Odyssey. Please check us out there
And
because
yeah,
that's where our videos will be in case Daddy YouTube decides to strike us down to oblivion.
yeah, we're just one racist black joke away from demonetization.
Yeah,
from
we're like
from a
one cancelable joke or one cancelable remark away from just being being banned forever.
yeah. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and see you next time.